Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer. Today we have the eTrailer Soft Roll-Up Tonneau cover. We're going to take a look at some of its features, and I'll also show you how to get it quickly installed on your 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. If you're looking for a tonneau cover for your truck because you want to protect the truck bed and maybe get some better fuel economy, well, there's a bunch of different options for you. I've tried some different tonneau covers on this truck, and I actually really like this one. It fits very well when it comes to the dimensions of the truck bed and providing all that coverage. Now, there's different types of tonneau covers. So you can usually choose between your soft tonneau cover or your hard tonneau cover. The soft one is going to be a bit more affordable, just like this one, and it provides that protection. But if someone wants to keep very valuable cargo inside their truck bed, they usually upgrade to the harder tonneau cover for security purposes. However, if you want a tonneau cover that is really easy to install, really easy to use, and gives you pretty much full truck bed space when it's in the compact position, a lot of people start veering towards the soft tonneau cover if that's their priority. So the first thing we're going to look at here is how well does it cover your truck bed. This does have a vinyl material up here, and if you notice, it does bow up towards the center. That's because this is designed to stay on your truck and protect the interior from the elements. If rain does come down, it's just going to fall off to the side, and you'll notice that these sides are angled, and that is going to give you a more sleek look, but also to help lead that water out and away from your truck. Because this does install to the top of your rails, it is going to cover your stake pockets. If you install anything there, you are going to lose access to that. Plus, this is going to sit 1.25 inches above your rail. So not the most low profile, but still pretty close. To roll up the tonneau cover, your truck is going to act as the lock for it. So if your tailgate's locked, you won't be able to get into the latch on the inside. To get access into there, you do have two options. You can either lower your multi-pro tailgate. You can see your handles are right over here. Or you can completely lower your tailgate, and then that will help you fold up as well. With this being so lightweight, it's simply a matter of pulling that latch. The tonneau cover pops up, and then you're able to smoothly fold this up and roll it up towards your cab. With our Silverado today, we have a 5 3/4 foot bed, which means we don't have that much truck bed space to work with anyways. So see how flush that sits up against our window? This gives us pretty much full access to our truck bed. If we want to drive around with it in a compact position, we can buckle it up just like this. And if we need quick and easy access in there, you saw how fast it was to roll it up in a way. Some measurements with it in the compact position is the rolled up cover only sits 5 inches above your truck bed rails, giving you pretty much full visibility through your rear window. Now for the side, the rails don't take up much space, but your clamps will. So from the truck bed rails to the end of the clamp knobs, that's going to be 2 inches and 3/4 inch. So that's how much space you'll technically lose on each side of your truck bed. But all in all, you have a lot of space for all of your cargo. If you really need to remove the whole tonneau cover though, it's simply a matter of removing 6 clamps and taking the whole thing off. The materials used for this tonneau cover, from the vinyl material to the aluminum rails, it's all designed to hold up to the elements. That aluminum makes it corrosion resistant. Plus you have that black powder coat finish for a sleeker look. But over time, vinyl does just stretch. And while it is UV and fade resistant, that's just what happens when you leave a cover on for an extended period of time. But that's okay. If needed, you can adjust the tension of the cover in order to accommodate for that stretch. When I used it right out the box though, the tension that was already preset worked really well for our truck. That fit was consistent whether I used the tailgate or the multi-roll gate on it. With other tonneau covers, sometimes you just have a little bit of a shift in fitment where it might feel a little too snug when you secure the cover using one method or the other. But all of this is a really good fit both in the front and the back, and I had a great time installing this on the Silverado just because it was such an easy process. So if you're looking for an easy to use, easy to install, but also sleek tonneau cover without spending too much for features you might not be interested in, this is going to be a great option for you and your truck. So if you're curious about how fast and easy that process I keep mentioning was, let's stick around and I'll show you how it went. Installing is super simple. What you're first going to do is going to figure out which one's the left and which one's the right rail. There will be stickers showing you which one is which. And then you are going to put this up and onto your truck bed rails, making sure that the tension latch is facing the tailgate. You're then going to get your cover. And notice the way I have it oriented where we'll still be able to unfold it out, but I have the bracket facing the rail. So look over at that bracket. You'll see there is a nut. You want that nut flush against the bracket, and then you want this bolt sticking out. That way you're able to push the rails onto that cover. You're going to push until you reach the end, and then you're going to secure it with your included Allen key. With both sides secure, we're now able to lift the entire assembly and put it wherever we want. What I like to do as a good rule of thumb is get it pretty close to our cab, because then we can have more coverage here with our weather strip. As we lift it up and over, we're also able to grab our weather strip and lift that up and over and make sure it's flush. Next, you're going to install your clamps. It was really fast to do, so I already installed the others. We'll install this one together. Some notes about this is if you see these yellow lines on your rails, this is actually not where your clamp should go. Your clamp should go anywhere but there. You're going to want the clamps evenly distributed, so you get 3 for each side. You want one close to the tailgate. This is probably the perfect spot here on our Silverado. And then you want one along the middle and one towards the cab. These will secure with this bolt and this hand knob that tightens down on the bolt. Once you have all 6 installed, go ahead and crank them down until the rail smushes against your truck bed. You're going to have these bolt covers included, so go ahead and put them on once you have your clamps tightened down. This will prevent scratching of your cargo and also make for a nicer, sleeker look. Before you fully finish out your install though, what I like to do is just give it a good little test run first. Sometimes I might need to adjust those rails back and forth depending on how our tonneau cover sits. So you want all the bows to sit within the rails. And then you also want to have enough tension to fit the end within the latches. And you don't have to worry just yet about pushing down those hook and loop strips, because that tension is achieved when you first latch. This looks like a really good fit, but the final test is if you can close your tailgate, just like that. Check alongside the tailgate as well as the cab to make sure the weather strip pushes up against your truck. But this right here is a good fit and a really good install. That right there was a look at the eTrailer Soft Roll-Up Tonneau cover on the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with a 5 foot and 3/4 foot bed.